pleasure to deliver a presentation in front of you. I would like to introduce my group, myself, Sai Pawan, and my friends Rakesh, Narendra, and Akhil. And today we are going to deliver on human psychology. And the main objectives of our presentation is history of psychology and dopamine, the one system in the brain, and branches in the psychology, and hypnotism interrelated with the psychology, mirror neurons and the importance of psychology, and finally unknown facts about the psychology. Initially, I would like to tell about the definition of psychology. Basic definition: psychology. Psychology means nothing but the study of brain and behavior of the human. It is derived from the Greek word psych, which means soul, and logia means study of something. And I would like to tell about the history. And the first person to study about the psychology is Aristotle. From his writings, De Anima, it is a Latin word, which is he studied about the living things. This is the first. According to the Aristotle, heart is the main thing that is responsible for the all mental activities done by the humans. And the later modern psychology evolves. René Descartes, according to René Descartes, the thoughts in the mind is a reflection of our action. We can observe from this picture. And do you ever think that why you are doing things, why you want things, and why you are keep on living? And psychology answers to each and every questions. It is due to the dopamine. It is in simplest form. It is the one system. It is the neurotransmitter in which it is the organic form. It is generated in one nerve and it send the signals to the other nerve. Due to that only we will do things. We will keep on living. It gives a motivation. So the presentation will continue with Rakesh.
Thank you, Pawan. Today I'm speaking about branches of psychology. And branches of psychology, there are 9 parts of psychology. And the first one being clinical psychology. Under this psychology, it explains about adults and other children having disability in learning and other psychiatric problems. It deals with mental stress and results from their past activities, behavior, and previous experiences. And generally, clinical psychologists have no medical background, and such psychologists develop formulations that describe why a person is developing such mental illness. And let's take an example. Like a person may have low level of energy or mood if he or she has unsolved queries in mind, or that may be result of dominating parents. And next is cognitive psychology. Cognitive psychology, there are 2 types. The first one which talks about intelligence, and the second part being memory. And this psychology deals with man's mental capacity to take, process, and deliver information and knowledge. It focuses on mental functions such as perceiving, learning, memory, intelligence, remember, thinking, reasoning, and understanding. And third is development psychology. It defines the development paths of women from child to adults. It also defines the social and cultural developments that women achieve along the span of life. It explains nature and nurture as a main impact of development and psychological factors, in which nurture includes biological factors such as maturation and inheritance, while nurture includes the mechanism of learning through past experiences. And the fourth one is evolutionary psychology, which deals with the changes in human minds and behavior during the process of evolution. It explains mental and physical qualities such as memory, cognition, perception, and language that needs to be adapted with the evolutionary chain of nature. And normally, human mind comprises of functional mechanisms like psychological adaptations or evolved cognitive mechanisms. And the fifth one is forensic psychology. It relates psychology with legal principles and discusses justice system, including fundamental legal principles regarding with expert witness testimony. And it holds their own license and graduate degree. Forensic psychologists mainly work in the legal fields such as child custody, civil law, rehabilitation services, and alcohol and drug services. And the sixth one is health psychology, which describes how behavior and attitudes affect our health. Our lifestyle and our personal habits are the reasons for us getting vulnerable of diseases. Our health psychologist focuses on healthy behavior and resolve other psychological issues such as tension, stress, and depression to stay healthy. Quit smoking, having daily breakfast, exercise regularly are some of the healthy habits for staying healthy. This branch of psychology deals with structure and functionality of brain. Different brains act differently with different behaviors and psychological processes. It also mentions the effect of stroke and damaged brain in human behavior. Neuropsychologists focus on solving problems of human brain in the field of learning, memory, attention, problem solving, decision making, and other fields like education, cognition, and behavior field. And eighth one is occupational psychology. Student of it study generally human behavior and work ethics at the workplace. And the main subject matters in this psychology is organizations, functions, precautions adopted during workstation, teamwork, mental and physical health, personal relation and conflicts, selection and training of employees, occupational stress and cardiological diseases, muscular disorders, workplace placement, mistreatment and violence, mental and psychological disorder, accidents and safety. Occupational psychologists are concerned about the above mentioned topics in order to increase efficiency of the work and job satisfaction among the employees. And the last one is social psychology. Social psychology is generally understanding human behavior on the basis of their environment in which they are surviving. It studies how human think, learn, act, and work depending on the circle they are living, and it deals with social factors and conditions of such adapting nature of human behavior influenced by the presence of other people. And women develop their behavior through interaction of the mental states and other social interactions. And the hypnotism related with part is described by Narendra.
What is hypnosis? Hypnosis is well defined as interaction of participant with the hypnotist, where there was
Could you try not please to read from the slides so much, because you're losing the audience. The last speaker nearly sent me to death.
Hypnosis has proven that the wide range of medical benefits like anxiety to cover the anxiety and pain. Relation psychology, hypnotism is used for hypnotherapy, which is a reduction of pain. Hypnotism is absolutely done by trained experts, which uses visualization and verbal communication in an effective way. According to the Gilbert, hypnotized person will experience two types of consciousness. One type of consciousness will respond to the hypnotist suggestions, and another consciousness provides the information about the individual's importance of psychology. Psychology plays a crucial role in every individual life. As everybody knows, it is the study of behavior, the mind and mental activities. Psychology tends to provide observable benefits and knowledge. Psychology defines what you are, and at the same time, it will let you know about the others. Psychology helps you to maintain a good relation with others, and it teaches you to behave the best way. Next, my friends, I will explain it.
Thank you, Narendra. And as we told earlier, the human psychology is different in the different countries. for example, we can observe many people will be behaving in a different kind. Like this changing in the behavior will completely depend upon the way the thinking capability. The human brain will be thinking in different ways in different areas in the respective fields. For example, if we take an country, one of the country, the people behave in one manner, and in another country, the people behave in the another manner. This is because the way they are grown up from the childhood. And some of the unknown psychological facts about the human psychology is, and one of the maximum number of persons a person can make a friendship with a social relationship is mostly it is 150 members. And when coming to the second, the human beings, all the people will be saying that a human being will be handling a multitasking. But a study which shown that it is highly impossible for a person to concentrate on both of the issues. Like he cannot do the multitasking and only concentrates on the one thing, and later the finishing of the one thing he will be doing the other. And when coming to the third, we capture the images like we are taking a video now for us, and you can be only capturing or a video or a photograph in only a conical perspective. That depends upon the way the humans think, and the human will be liking the picture only by the taking in a conical perspective. And when coming to the next, the people will be familiar, as we all know this, the people will be familiar in doing the things in most number of things in only when they are in good condition. If they are in a sad mood, they don't even opt for another thing, a new thing to do, or else in the existing thing to be done. And the last one is the people, as I told earlier, that in different countries the people will be viewing condition will be different. In the Western countries, it is completely different when compared to the Asian countries. And the last one is
why? It's an interesting question. Why is there a difference between the Southeast Asian countries and?
Yep. For example, if you observe the room here, the Western countries will observe the glass, the items present here, like the computers, the members, and all of this. When compared to the Asian people, they will be observing the location area, like the glass. They will observe only the glasses, but not the people and the computers here. And this is because, as I told earlier, the conditions they have grown up. And the last one, this is a minor neuron. This is one of the basic one which the human brain runs. The human brain mostly consisting of most number of neurons, and the human activities will be done by the functionality of the neurons, because the neurons are interrelated, interlinked with in the brain. In a study, it is revealed that the function of neurons, if a person speaking to me in an emotional way, and if I am strictly touched with the topic, I will be empathized by the person, by the speech, and I also will be behave in the same manner. And for example, if a person here explains some of the conditions there, and I myself will also be attracted to the condition. And these are the references here. And thank you. And thank you, Liz. Can you please ask?
Can you tell some psychological facts about humans?
One more psychological fact is video gamers, the dreams that comes to video gamers is very lucid and very clear compared to the non-video gamers.
Maybe few more examples for the mirror neurons.
Mirror neurons, if a person is young by seeing the other person, that is also example of mirror neurons. And a small kid by seeing their parents, he tried to walking. Is also the example of mirror neurons.
When does dopamine was found?
Any more queries?
When does dopamine was found?
Dopamine was formed in 1958 in Sweden.
Any forms of it? Any organic forms?
Organic form 3,4 dihydroxypentane.
Thank you.
Can you just put the references back, please?